Some positive news with the American Red Cross. They've closed the emergency shelters in Elkhorn and Blair due to lack of need. They tell us everyone has found alternate accommodations, so that's always a good thing. I stopped at the one in Elkhorn last night at Common Ground. No one needed the cots that were set in the gym. Volunteers with the Red Cross were still distributing emergency supplies in the coming days. They're also working to assess the damage to better understand what families need next. Crews are in touch with local officials. Bear in mind, donations of food and goods are not being accepted at those locations for the time being.